Libra to my channel, Mending Tree Tarot. This is a general reading for you for the month of November. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone. So please just take what resonates for you, leave the rest behind. I have already cleansed, shuffled, meditated on the cards, and taken the pop-outs here for you, because that is how I select the cards, which can take a little bit of time. So to save you, keep things moving here. As I lay it out, just so that you know, please be careful. There are scammers out there who are preying upon people who are interested in tarot and self-help. So just make sure that you're actually following the links down below, the people on YouTube that you want and are intending to follow. That being said, I myself do not have a social media account attached to this channel, so I will never reach out to you personally soliciting for personal readings or for payment in that way. I do have a link down below for donations, but that is all. Getting into your reading, I have the Shaman's Dream Oracle to get a general feel, and then I have the Rider-Waite to get some more detail. I'm having some difficulty talking today. And then at the end, I will pull 2 Oracle cards in order to give you some advice for the month. So starting out, the number 1, a tidy house, clarity and organization. So in this past month, I am getting that you've really been taking time to cleanse your space, meaning go through, cull through anything that you do not need. That can be physically, actually some things that are happening in your house, but this can also be with people in your life as well, friendships and those that you work with, jobs, whatever it may be. Really kind of assessing what is needed, what have you been holding on to, and this can also be situations too, like what have you been holding on to that is no longer serving you, and really finally letting those things go and cleansing so that you can make space for forward movement, because it's like you're preparing for something, you're preparing for some kind of change and you're making room for that, or have been making room for that. So that's what's been going on there. In your now time, you have number 63, Winter's Dream, gestation period. So right now, you've been in some kind of holding pattern. Like you want there to be forward movement, but you feel like there is no movement right now. But there are changes being made within you during this time. That is something to note. It may be frustrating that you're not moving forward. You feel stuck at this moment in time, and like you're waiting for things to start to move, which makes sense. We were just in a Mercury retrograde, which really holds back forward progress in situations. And so you know, moving forward from that point in time, we will finally be out of that. I think on the 3rd, we'll be out of the shadow of Mercury retrograde. But with all that being said, we'll start to have some forward motion, but there's still going to be this push and pull that kind of happens, some movement and some kind of fight back on that. But in this moment, I think what I'm trying to say is that you are feeling more stuck and frustrated because there's nothing really, there's been no movement. Then we have Deep Diver, diving into a task. This is number 10. Thankfully, this is saying that there will be forward movement for you because there will be a new thing, a new task, a new situation, a new job, a new relationship, whatever it may be for you in your life. It's going to resonate differently for different people, but there will be something where not only will you're going to be learning something new, but you have to really get into it and understand it. So on a relationship level, this can be you actually really gaining true intimacy with somebody. And I'm not talking on a physical level, I'm talking more on an emotional and mental level, where you really start to feel and get in and have those conversations that allow you to really know someone and also feel like they really know you, and to feel secure within that. Within a job, this can be that you may be starting a new task, maybe you're moving into a different department or starting a new project, but it also can be a new job within itself, where it can be new to you, so you have to really learn the ropes and learn everything new and really kind of get in there so that you understand the ins and outs of it, right? It's asking you to really kind of buckle down and understand something fully inside and out. And then we have into the Rider-Waite here, we have the 8 of Wands and we have the Page of Swords in reverse. So this is kind of what I'm talking about too. This push and pull, this movement but no movement. Eight of Wands typically means quick action and communication, but at the same time, Page of Swords in reverse means withholding information. So it can be that you've been wanting things and it felt at some points like things were moving forward, but also that there's some element of it where there's been information withheld that allows it to come to completion. Right, you're waiting on this final thing and it just feels like it's stopping it. It's like you're hitting this roadblock for whatever reason. And it has to do with conversations with people. I really would like to point that out. I think it's less situational and more about conversations that are being had, which obviously would affect situations, but more about feeling like there's forward movement or needing there to be forward movement, but feeling like somebody's words is being withheld at this moment in time, which will allow it to truly take that next step to completion. So, which could be where you're getting this feeling of stuck. In your now position, you have the Six of Cups and you have the Emperor. So there's going to be some kind of reminiscing, something from your past that revisits you again and really, I think, begs you to ask whether or not you made the right choice. And I say that, and this can be in relationships, this can be in decisions that were made for whatever reason in your career or whatever it may be. But I mean, you're looking at it through rose-colored glasses. That's really what this card honestly is about. It's about looking at the past and seeing the good in what was there. And this can be beneficial, but also be careful, because if you've walked away from it at any point in time, or it's walked away from you, that is not by mistake. You made that choice for a reason. And also what is meant for you will never pass you by. So if it's something that walked away from you, that it is for your benefit, right? Rejection is God's protection. So know that you can look at it and see it for the benefit that it had for you in that moment in time, but also know that it's no longer right for you now. And knowing that means being and standing rooted in your integrity. This is you knowing what is right and kind of being stubborn in it as well. There's a stubbornness with this card that comes through, is being grounded and knowing your path and knowing and having the wisdom to be able to look at things in a holistic way rather than how you woulda, coulda, shouldas, right? Not that you don't see the woulda, coulda, shouldas. It's not like you don't pay attention to that. However, there's also I understand why I'm not there anymore, and I understand why that's not serving me anymore. So it can be those things that you've kind of cleared out might be making or trying to make their way back in, but knowing that you've made, standing in your conviction that you've made the right decisions for yourself, right? Not holding any kind of malice or anything like that. It's not about that. As a matter of fact, quite the opposite. You hold it in love and appreciation. In your future position, you have the Nine of Swords in reverse. You also have Temperance in reverse, and you have the Nine of Cups. So what it looks like is that you are going to have this breakthrough that's finally going to happen, because you have had some sleepless nights, and that now is finally going to end. You're finally going to be able to let go of your fears and restrictions that you felt had been placed upon you, or whatever situation it may be. That's finally going to lift, and is finally going to allow you some peace and peace of mind, because you're finally getting some forward movement. And with the Temperance in reverse, it can be that you're feeling a little impatient, because now that you're finally getting some forward movement, that you want there to be more forward movement. So just be careful about that. It's still going to take some time. There's still going to be some push and pull in the energies to come for the month of November. You are making forward movement. There are going to be frustrations that come along still, but it's not going to be bad. It's just going to be a part of the thing, because ultimately with the Nine of Cups, this is wish fulfillment. This is everything that you want and have been hoping. This is something that is really going to, deep down in it, you know, and you can feel in your gut and in your heart that this is moving in the direction that you want it to go. Okay, so there's going to be, again, this push and pull that kind of happens, where it's what you want right? And you want it to happen, you want it to happen fast, and you're starting to get some movement with that. But at the same time, it's kind of like, it's still not going to just happen immediately, right? So it's still going to take a little bit of time, but at least you're getting some movement in the right direction. So that's good. All right, getting into the 2 advice cards, I'm using Wisdom Earth Oracle. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. All right, looking for a card for advice. So you have 4, creativity. And then I'm going to pull a card from Door of Virtue's Archangel Michael. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Looking for 1 card for advice for Libra for the month of November, please. Just looking for 1 card. What advice do you have that can help them through this time frame of November over here? Truly grateful for all of your guidance. This is also why I have a tendency to pull these ahead of time, because it can take a little bit. All right. Here we have explore your options. All right, I'm going to read from the book on these for you, so it's very clear what it is that it's trying to say. So creativity. Lady's Mantle is the stone. It enhances fertility, feminine healing, and a connection to the divine feminine. And, sorry, not the stone. That is the plant. And the stone is carnelian, which promotes creativity and fertility. So creativity is not just something that is nice to have in your life. Creativity is your birthright. It is also one of those basic drivers in human beings. Sadly, our culture does not value creativity and views it as an indulgent pastime. Heal your creative self by falling into the arms of the divine feminine. And the quote here is, I am a creative being and actively feed my creative self through the arts and through nature. Express my creative being with passion and confidence. All right. And for Archangel Michael, explore your options. Here we are. You've worked hard to make your current circumstances palatable, and now it is time to look at alternatives. Your coping and adaptation skills are admirable. However, Archangel Michael reminds you that it's important to be honest and authentic with yourself at all times. You don't need to compromise in any way, for Michael assures you that your needs will be met in gentle and loving ways. Other possible meanings are update your resume and look for another job. Know that you won't be alone if you leave an unhealthy relationship. Find new ways to heal the present situation. Research and explore your options. Change the professional you work with, such as your doctor, therapist, lawyer, and so forth. Allow yourself to daydream about possibilities. Remember that everything is possible. The prayer here is, Dear God, thank you for your wisdom and love, helping me see, understand, and assess all of my alternative options. Please guide me in the best direction for my health, happiness, and life's purpose. All right, Libra, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I am truly grateful. And for more clarification, please check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. If you like what I do, please like and subscribe. It helps others to find the channel and lets me know that it resonates with you. And down below, you should find a link for tips and donations if you choose to support the channel in that way. It's not expected, but genuinely appreciated if you decide to. Thank you so much, Libra, and I will see you next time.